This stream, we will be beginning with the underground arenas, because they're fun. Pure, fun, meaningless murder.
The enjoyable part of the game before we have to go do more stealthy.
Ugh, story.
No. Sorry, we should be starting off with a fight, shouldn't we?
Probably, yeah. According to the cutscene we previewed last time.
Yep.
Looks like old Onion Head's gonna have to get into some violence himself.
Last turn saying, how many historical inconsistencies do you think we'll get today? How many have you got?
Keep track. We need a historical inconsistencies counter.
Ding. You know, we'll cut out the middleman.
Bang,
Count
bang,
the historical
bang.
accuracies.
Yeah, you're not wrong. Shorter list.
It'll be a lesser drinking game for it, but one you'll likely survive.
Did you know Caesar actually did die at one point? That's the end of the list.
I mean, most people do, in fairness.
This game does, and that shows how common knowledge it is.
Caesar is dead. And then here's our OCs. Yes, they're technically based on actual historical people, but they may as well be OCs. Let's not kid ourselves here.
Yep, basically.
Burly McBurlyman and the saddest twink.
This first arena is extremely annoying, by the way.
It was 6 guys in total, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think 3 big ones and 3 regular-sized ones.
Yeah.
But the regular-sized ones all have spears. And we've seen spears are the worst thing the AI is allowed to wield.
They just get so jabby with them.
Yeah, they run away constantly. And it's like the only thing that can block are super weapons.
It's like, yes, that is how you're supposed to use them in real life, but that doesn't make it fun to the game.
Yeah. Who said this video game was allowed to have phalanxes? Those are Greek. Get that shit out of here.
Shield walls? What is this?
I don't want it in my Rome murder simulator. One hit and that guy was basically at death's door, though. So that's a good sign. A less good sign is that our super weapon broke.
It also sucks that it's the big guy that has the ball and chain, because if it was just me, but obviously they would have more reach, being as they're larger than anyone else. But the chain also seems to go further.
Yeah, the big guy is also very annoying with his Morning Star. Fortunately, he's gonna give us all the time in the world to do whatever the hell we want. He's not a master strategist, he's master of spinning a flail around his head.
Really, he's just good at waving his arms in the air like he just don't care.
Yep. Fall down. Actually, I knocked him unconscious for a second there. Sometimes the sub-main super combo knocks a guy dizzy. And that was not what it is. Let's see. Sub-main supra.
Seems to have more of an effect if you like smack them into the walls. Or is that just me?
Maybe. There is that walled-in thing.
Yeah, the walls only seem to have an effect sporadically.
And someone threw
senseless violence
scimitar.
hype train.
Someone gave me a scimitar right at the very end. Couldn't cut off any limbs with it.
That just sucks.
Yeah, the ultimate tragedy. Everyone got to keep their limbs. They're going to be buried whole. On to round 2.
Rest in pieces. We're gonna do our best to make sure that stands still.
Yep.
That remains.
Gonna throw down a save state here, right there, because this is optional content. There are no checkpoints in the optional content. If we die here, we go back before the first arena.
Oh wow, that is a really bad idea.
I mean, it's optional content. It's the only time they did that anywhere in the game. You don't have to do this, so it's the one instance where they can get away with it, but it is still bad. Normally, Capcom does a lot better than that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. They're usually like the quality of the games is of varying debatability, but you know, like they're usually one of the more user-friendly companies. Like they go, okay, what would annoy me if I was playing this game? Right, let's take steps to fix it.
Exactly, they tend not to fuck around and pad things out with artificial difficulty and stuff. Well, that's not strictly true. There are a lot of artificial difficulties in Capcom games.
They're better about it than others.
Exactly.
Really the point.
They make difficult games with usually fair games and fun games.
Harsh but fair, yeah. That's by and large.
Don't know how that hit him.
Save states are historically accurate.
It's true.
What do you think stone tablets were? I mean, come on, man.
The Ten Commandments were the first save states. As they saved us all.
Also a precursor to Flux. That was the card game. That was gods putting down the first rules card.
Wow.
Is that an obscure nerd joke or just a really weird one? I don't know anymore.
Probably the latter. I got it at least. Also, I just broke a maul in one hit.
Wow.
My Apollo Spear touched a maul that had been completely unused and it shattered in the guy's hands.
Goddamn.
I had to test it on his meat. He blocked it.
So are we just not doing phrasing anymore? Like ever? Say so. Assume that's how it's pronounced. Is asking, are you going to do Dead Rising next?
I've never played Dead Rising. I'd be willing to.
The PC port, I think, it used to run really badly. And it did get a number of fixes. I think it's still kind of a bit wobbly in places, but it should be fairly playable.
I know speedrunners have modded it, and they probably fixed a lot of the shittiness in that mod.
So, yeah.
Knowing speedrunners.
Yeah, they, the main mod for that, I think, was just to skip the cutscenes, because you can't skip them in the base game.
Yeah, not only the cutscenes, but the waiting between levels.
Yeah, and Otis's calls, because Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah. Like, they made it so all timed events happen consecutively, you don't have to wait for anything.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's not a speedrun, you'd have to wait the entire time.
Yeah. See, I can see that going both ways, because on the one hand, that would make the game a lot more direct. But on the other hand, it would also make it a lot more difficult for casual play, because you use the downtime to, get extra PP.
Yeah.
PP.
Absolutely.
Good resist.
Without that, the game is the auto-scroller.
Yeah. And then when you hang up on him, he goes, "Nah, hold on there now, I was talking to you and you're being very rude. So as I was saying," and then you start the message from the beginning again.
He's a real Ocarina of Time owl in that way.
Oh yeah, he is the Navi of Dead Rising.
Someone's got to be.
They did fix it in the sequels, thankfully. But the big problem as well is that when he gives you a call, and you need to listen to his calls in order for some of the missions to even trigger in the first place. When you're listening to one of his calls, you cannot do anything. You are literally just walking slowly with a walkie-talkie glued to your ear. and if you try and do anything, it interrupts the call,
Boy.
which causes them to start it from the beginning. It's one of the worst, most batshit terrible gameplay choices in the entire thing. And
Grand Theft Auto was better than that.
Yeah.
Like the early 2000s.
Yeah. And if you do anything to interrupt the call, like hang up on it, or even if you get attacked by a zombie, you don't have to do anything. It's just anything, like you fall over, you get attacked by a zombie, whatever. He goes, hey, stop being mean, I want to talk to you because I'm lonely. And start again. It's just a badly implemented mechanic. But yeah, as Ciso says, it is just a very enjoyable game. It's a really fun fuck around simulator.
Yeah, I always wanted to play it. Same with the entire Onimusha series and the entire Resident Evil series, both of which we talked about going through.
Yeah. Arclight Borealis, who sometimes stream and do LPs with, is actually doing the Onimusha series at the moment. He just started it last week. I think he's doing the second part of the first game in the next day or two.
Nice. God damn it, my suplex was about to go off.
And he's really good at the game. Fucks up occasionally, but he's really good at the parry counters. Because the game's got a mechanic where if you do, I think it's called an Isin counter, you automatically kill most enemies. Or at least do heavy damage on them. Up to and including bosses. And he's really good at that, so...
Nice.
Worth checking him out.
Yeah, in general, he's better at video games than I am.
You're both good at games. Just he's more like he plays a lot of action-focused games. Like he has been doing the Ninja Gaiden games on Master Ninja difficulty, which anyone who knows them, fucking impossible.
Yeah, those are the hardest.
He definitely enjoys the more hardcore kind of action games.
Yeah. This is also a ball buster of a game, and I've died a lot in it.
Yep. Oh god, this one.
This one, it sounds bad. It's really easy. You'll see.
Is it just like hope you get a Magnus in the first few minutes?
Start with a halberd. They're gonna dodge a lot of our attacks. Yeah, they're gonna dodge all of our attacks and then die horribly.
Yeah, they might as well just call this challenge Mow the Lawn!
Yep. But there's like a minimum range that only the short guys can take advantage of.
Yeah.
And if they're not in that minimum range, they're dead. Yep.
It's like Yoda in Soul Calibur. I loved how when he died to make this really sort of sad and surprised. It sort of sounded halfway between Yoda and Tim the Toolman Taylor.
I never saw that animation before, but like Agrippa kicked a guy in the face and it actually like locked onto his face, which is like knee high.
So it wasn't so much kicking him in the face as it was like shooing away a pesky dog.
Pretty much. Also, they can't steal our halberds.
I know I
just leave it on the ground.
That is very funny.
Yep. These ones all start with like regular sized weapons that they can't wield.
Basically like broadswords.
Yep.
Just running around with claymores.
We can now get a better weapon.
Okay. This challenge just got silly now.
Yeah. For some reason, this entire difficulty level of the underground arenas gets easier the deeper you go into it.
That is just silly.
Yeah. I don't get it, but I like it. Unfortunately, this is the worst of the super weapons. But it's still killing everybody.
I kind of feel like this one was almost like an apology for all the fights you had to do with the dwarves. Just being like, okay, vent your frustration.
Sorta, yeah. Really difficult to lose that one because they do very little damage. Even though our attacks are very slow, they don't seem to interrupt them.
They work better in packs when they can harass you.
It's true, yeah. On to the final Pointless Violence Arena before we get back into the story.
Yes.
This one has archers. There they are.
Of course.
Yeah. So it's more irritating, not much harder though.
I guess I thank God there's no dwarves with slings or crossbows. So
yeah, that would be rough.
That would be a nightmare. I don't think crossbows show up in the game. I think some of the I don't think the dwarves can actually use slings. But either way, really annoying.
Yeah, so far we haven't seen any dwarves appear in levels that had slings, or bows for that matter.
Yeah. Just the reaction there was like, ow, rude!
Yep. Also, we don't get stunned by slings in this level, which is that's what happened in the main game, but it doesn't happen here. I'm not complaining.
Maybe because you're wearing the helmet.
Could be.
Most of the times, well, the majority of times we faced guys with slings were relatively early.
Yeah.
Or when you haven't been wearing a helmet that you've, grabbed off someone.
You've got a point. I hadn't thought about that.
So maybe it's just bonking the head as opposed to, where am I? I've been in T1 for 8 weeks.
Don't mind if I do.
Hey, remember those limbs you had?
Think of the past. Quit living in the past. Quit living at all, I say.
Don't mind me, just gonna socially distance your torso from the rest of its limbs.
Yep. That was a new one, torn limb from limb, which I guess means killing someone with their own severed limb. That one just seems like not the most needlessly cruel, but definitely the most, okay, you're just doing this to be mean. Now our snipers cannot snipe. They've lost all their arms.
Sniper, no sniping.
Yep. So they can wield their arms and stumble around towards me. You lose your arms too, prick.
And as a reminder, if you toss an arm into the crowd, you get a salvo for it called Fresh Ham.
Bam. Let's ham it up again.
Nasty.
Let's ham everybody. Give me your limb. Give me that. My limb now, motherfucker. And now it's their limb. They're taking it home as a souvenir. Put it on their mantle.
Let's give him a hand, everyone!
You give me that arm. Oh, she's taking it to the grave with her. That's a shame.
She will be buried with it, and she will have it when she wakes up in Stovall.
Yep.
The thing is, because the female models are so small, when they're lying down on the ground, they actually look like the big guy's arms for a second.
Yeah.
Like, oh look, there's what. No, that's an entire person. Sorry, was an entire person.
Dizzy, thank you. Go for a ride. He did. So yeah.
This is the worst Marvel vs. Capcom 2 trailer I've ever seen.
I don't think people bleed out, even if they have all their limbs missing. I'm pretty sure you do have to finish them manually.
Yeah, if they have... You can basically have them so that both their arms are missing or broken. And I don't know if you can only... Like, they limp like you've broken one of their legs. I don't know if that actually counts. But they can still try and kick you. They will not bleed out. They're just like, basically defenseless at that point.
And there we go. Underground Arena. Let's go back to the main profile.
Meanwhile, back at the plot.